Hello, and welcome back to Sarah's Joyful Journey. I'm Sarah Joy, and today I want to talk to you about escaping diet mentality. So, why is this topic important to me and potentially to you as well? One, I think as a person who's grown up in the US and other places as well, but I can only speak to the US, I have been around diets and diet culture my entire life. From a young age, I remember being a teenager and my mom telling me that my thighs were too big and I needed to lose weight, and actively trying to lose weight when I was only about 150, 160 pounds. Now, according to BMI, my ideal weight, even now for my height, is around 130 to 145 pounds. I don't intend to get there, but I did get up to well over 300 pounds. I don't know how far over 300 pounds, but I was over 300 pounds because by the time that I logged my highest weight ever at the doctor's office, I had already lost about 20, 30 pounds. I had gone down 2 to 3 dress sizes, so it could have been more than that. If I have to be honest, I'm probably going to say that I was probably around 330 pounds, probably pushing closer to 350, if we are being honest. But the scale did not exist for me. I was in denial that I was that big. However, things have triggered, of course, and I, like I have many times before, wanted to work on getting healthy. This last time, I've been keto now for 2.5 years, and I've done a lot of work on my diet, exercise, things like that. But the biggest changes for me have been up here. It's changing my mindset, changing my mentality, changing how I look at things. That changing that mindset is what's helped me be successful. So I want to share some tips with you on overcoming diet culture or a diet mentality, and things that I used to do that I am no longer doing. And again, this is just my experience. These are just my thoughts. I am not a medical professional or a health professional, and I am not telling you what to do in any way, shape, or form. Everything we're talking about here is just designed to get you thinking and start exploring things deeper in your own life. So, what is diet mentality? Diet mentality is going to be seen as labeling foods as good or bad, obsessive tracking, obsessive rules that go along with foods, constantly chasing after the next high. Like, oh, I tried Weight Watchers for this amount of time. It didn't really work for me, so I moved on to the cabbage soup diet. Oh, I did that for a little bit of time. Oh, here's the latest, greatest thing is keto, or whatever it may be, or however your journey may look. I have been on a ton of diets. I've pretty much tried most of them, I have a feeling. Not all of them. That's impossible to do. But you also, with diet mentality, you feel guilty anytime you eat something that you quote unquote shouldn't eat because we've labeled foods as good or bad. We're going to talk more about that in just a minute. Viewing exercise is a punishment. Like, you have to go out and you have to exercise to burn those extra calories. Definitely fell into the mindset of eat less, move more, which I am learning now that I'm in a health coach program, and just through my personal experience, that is not as easy as they make it seem. It's not necessarily the way that they make it seem with that. It seems like a very easy concept. I just simply eat less and I'll move more. Sounds super easy. However, we have this saying called a brain who doesn't actually like to eat less. It likes to maintain status quo. Does that mean that we can't eat less? We can eat less. But we have a natural element of where our brains and our body likes to be happy. We like to consist in these things. So yeah, it's something to really think about. So how do we break free from diet culture? And one thing that I have done that has really helped me is I look differently at food. Instead of labeling this food is good, this food is bad, I look at food from a nutrition standpoint and my goal standpoint. Is this food that I'm about to put in my body, is it going to nourish my body and provide me the best opportunity for health? It's a conscious choice, but it's not someone saying, oh, that's the wrong food, you shouldn't be eating that. Oh, this food is so good for you, you should be eating a ton of that. How did I get to figure out what foods I like to eat? That's through experimentation. I know for me and my body, I have to be super careful with fruits. If I don't, I get both sugar spikes. I can overeat nuts because I enjoy them. So I have to look at them differently. They aren't bad. They aren't necessarily good either. They have certain levels of nutrition. And if I choose to eat them, I have to, at that point in time, know that that food is going to nourish my body the way that I choose to nourish my body. So again, you have to ditch that restrictive mindset. And I know a lot of times with keto, everybody says, oh, keto is so restrictive. It's really not once you start shifting your mindset to look at foods differently and looking at foods, what is going to provide me with the best level of nutrition. But here's the other side. You actually have to enjoy what you're eating. Because I know that liver is super healthy and is going to provide me with lots of vitamins and nutrients. I can't stand liver. I ain't eating liver, even if it is going to support my health goals. I don't enjoy it. So why am I going to force myself to eat foods that I do not enjoy? Neither should you. So next, you're going to have to learn to listen to your body. And this is going to take time and effort. It isn't going to occur overnight, but your body is going to tell you what you're in the mood for, what you're needing. It's springtime and summertime. There's lots of fresh fruits and vegetables, and it's getting warmer outside, and I'm moving more as there is more light. So naturally, in the spring and summer months, I eat more chicken, more fish, more seafood, lots more fresh vegetables. In the winter, when it's getting darker earlier and I'm not outside as much, I'm wanting that cozy comfort type foods. So I tend to eat heavier meats, more beef, more things like that. I still eat beef all year round because beef is my favorite. I ain't gonna lie. But my foods change. Some days I really, really desire to eat that fatty steak. Another day, that fatty steak was delicious, and maybe I'm 2 days later where I'm still kind of feeling full from that, and that satisfied a lot of my nutrition requirements. And then 2 days later, I just want a light salad for my dinner. I don't want a heavy meal. So I'm learning to intuitively eat according to what sounds good at the time and what is going to fuel my body in the best way possible. And then you have to find joy in movement, because movement is so important. And it's not just about losing weight. Losing weight isn't necessarily the goal with movement. It helps with that, but with movement, it's more about mobility and flexibility and strength. We have to move and use our bodies so that when we're older, we can move and use our bodies and not be totally stiff and achy. And I am bad at this, and I am still learning what movements work for me. I know I absolutely adore going for walks. Haven't been able to do them as much lately. They are a struggle right now with my time schedule, but I'm learning to find things that fit in my time schedule that still allow me to get movements and work on flexibility and moving my body. Lately, that's been yoga. 10, 15 minutes here or there, and I'm slowly increasing. I'm working on building my strength through body weight exercises without pushing myself to a burnout level with exercise or focusing on just cardio. I'm focusing on moving my body in a way that is beneficial to my body without actually harming my body, because contrary to what you may have heard, it is possible to become a chronic exerciser, and it can lead to injuries and mental health issues and, surprisingly enough, overeating, especially when you're trying to lose some weight. I know when I am trying to exercise at an extreme level, walking 6-10 miles in a day. I do that sometimes. I go to Disney. It's easy to do, but it is not my norm. It is not my everyday. But there for a while, I was pushing that every single day, and my body was tired and it was hurting and I was more hungry and it was taking me longer to recover. So that's where you've got to shift that mindset to, and not focus just on that chronic exercise piece. It is honestly about balance and learning to make choices that support your health goals. So therefore, you really do kind of need to know your why. Why are you doing this? How is this movement? How is this food going to benefit me? How is it going to nourish me? How is it going to help me towards my goals? It's not this, oh, take this pill and you're going to lose 20 pounds. Oh, it's not join this gym program and we promise that you're going to lose 15 pounds in the first X amount of time. Those are false promises, people. They can't promise them. Example, go watch Biggest Loser. Watch those people lose an insane amount of weight by chronic over-exercising and severe under-eating. They're eating like 1,000, 1,200 calories. I can tell you, at where I'm sitting at now, my basal metabolic rate is about 1,600 calories. That's what I need to wake up and lay in bed all day. Nothing else. 1,600 calories. So tell me how 1,200 calories is going to be safe and healthy. I've learned through trial and error, it's not. Eventually your body's going to stall and it's going to stop losing weight. You can do it for a little while, but then what do? Do you keep cutting more and more and more and more and more? To what? You're down to eating nothing? Been there, done that. And guess what? I gained weight. All right. So what are some benefits of breaking free from diet mentality? You get food freedom. You get to choose the foods that you want to eat. That you get to eat the foods that you know that are going to increase your health and help your health. I choose not to eat sugar. I choose not to eat cake and pie and baked goodies and things like that. Even if I make keto-friendly versions, I choose not to eat them. Because for me, they aren't serving my goals. They aren't serving my body the way. But I'm making that choice. Nobody else is telling me I can or can't have that food. No one else is labeling that food bad. I can look at other people and they can eat that. And that's like, hey, that's fantastic. If that supports your goals and that's what you want to do, that's on you. I have to look at it differently for me. And that's kind of sort of where the shift has to focus, has to happen. It has to be on what works for me, what benefits me. And it's going to feel very selfish at first, but I'll tell you a secret. You are the only person on the planet who can take care of you. You absolutely must put yourself first, because if you're a parent, like I'm a parent, or you're in a relationship, you cannot help someone else until you are helped first. It's like they tell you if you're on the plane, put the oxygen on you first, then help your children. Because if you pass out, you ain't helping your children. You got to take care of you first. So that's a good mind shift focused for you there. The other thing that you gain from breaking free of diet mentality is self-trust and confidence. You know when your body is telling you you're hungry. You know what it takes to fuel your body better in the best way, that what foods make you feel best and strong and energetic and full of life. You can trust yourself. You know when you're hungry. Sometimes when you're eating the standard American diet and all the processed foods and things that are common in our culture, you don't always feel the best after you eat them. So yeah, you learn along the way what supports your goals, and then you trust when your body says, you know what, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I need to take a drink, I need to get some rest, I've been very busy and very active, I need to work on my stress. Your body will give you signs that through the process of changing and learning to listen to your body, you will be able to notice. You're also going to get more peace in your body and acceptance with your body. I have come a long way in my goals. I have lost and sustained probably 100 to 110 pounds at this point. That's not a small amount of weight. Am I still where I want to go? No, I am not. I do want to lose more weight. Another 70 to 100 pounds would be fantastic. Am I worried about losing that? Am I striving to get there? No, I am not necessarily striving to get there. I am learning to love my body as it is. I'm learning to get stronger and eat foods that nourish my body. And with time and effort and continual learning and growth and shifting in mindset, I will eventually get to my goals. But guess what? It ain't happening fast. It ain't happening overnight. And if it does happen fast, it means you can't sustain it. So, my goals is to sustain a healthy lifestyle for life. And that's another benefit. You get a sustainable, healthy lifestyle when you start to ditch that diet mentality and that diet culture. So remember, true health is not about perfection. I am not perfect. I still struggle with food issues. I still enjoy eating foods that don't support my health benefits. And I do have them from time to time. I will let you know that if a friend bakes a nice sugar-free dessert or I go to an event where there is a keto event and there's desserts, I will have dessert. I'm glad it's not in my home. If it's in my home, I will continue to eat it and I will have a problem, and I'm back into that whole diet man culture. Oh, this is not good for me. This is bad. I gotta have this because, I'm not supposed to have this and stuff like that. So it creates an issue, but I still enjoy it. My daughter comes from North Carolina once a year, and you know what? I enjoy a burger or fries, or I will have a nice drink with her when we're out at the park. I will have things that I do not normally have because it's not that they're bad. I just have to put them in the right context, and I have to not let them control my life. And that is where you need to get. So a health journey is about consistency. Keep on moving forward, keep learning, keep growing, be consistent, not perfect. And focus on nutrition and foods that support your health and your health goals. And it gets easier, but you do have to find joy in movement, and you do have to find joy in the foods that you eat. If you're not enjoying your food, it's just going to be easy to abandon all those health goals and just eat whatever's easy and what you do enjoy. All right, well, I hope that you enjoyed this video and it made you stop and think about how diet culture and diet mentality play a role in your health journey. How far have you come? Are you working on getting over diet mentality and diet culture and learning to live and grow in a healthy way that supports not just your physical body, but your mind as well? If you like this video, be sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe and hit that bell notification so that every time I sit down and have a chat with what I am thinking about with health, you will be alerted to it. Have a wonderful and joyful day. Bye for now.